want to bring in Caitlin Dickerson. She's a staff writer at The Atlantic. She covers immigration as her beat. Caitlin, good to see you. The president is getting flack for the situation at the border. Did he help clear it up today when he talked about immigration at his press conference?
I think what President Biden tried to do was explain that really what he's done is try to restore, and not even fully, but just partially restore the status quo before President Trump took office. You know, what's happening now at the border is all kind of a blur because of the impact of the coronavirus pandemic, and that which allowed President Trump to put into place the most restrictive policy of his administration to really seal the border, something that he tried to do for 4 years and was able to do at the very end because of the pandemic. So now there's this perception that, you know, what's called Biden's immigration policies are, you know, allowing people into the country, when really what I think he was trying to clarify is that, you know, what he did was give people access to refugee protections, which have existed in some form since after World War II. Congress codified them into law in the 80s, but it's hard for people because the changes happen so quickly, I think, to really grapple with that.
What does the president need to do to sort of calm the political waters around this? He's trying to deal with a problem that he says he inherited. What does he have to do to sort of stop this from becoming a major political rift in his first under 100 days in office?
Well, one of the biggest things that sticks out to me here is that I think we're forgetting, and perhaps he may try to remind people, that actually Congress is responsible for passing immigration laws. So, you know, President Trump really hijacked this issue. And as we all know, his Justice Department lawyers were in court basically from the first weeks of his administration all the way till the very end, defending his immigration policies, often unsuccessfully, right? Because they were running afoul of the existing immigration law. It's the existing immigration law that's created the situation we have now at the border. For most Central Americans who are coming to the United States, their only legal option is to pursue asylum, which requires this process of arriving at the southern border, requesting protection, and being processed into these overfull facilities. And so unless another option, another route opens up for them, that's going to continue. And the most difficult thing for the Biden administration to explain is that it really is up to Congress to make that change.
It's a big question to ask you, but what does a viable solution look like to you?
So in the short term, you know, one question that I've asked 3 administrations now is, if you feel the facilities along the border are insufficient, why aren't new ones being built? And what officials often tend to tell you, you know, they want to say on background or off the record is that, you know, that they don't want to build those big facilities because they feel like it will sort of send a message of welcoming and encourage even more people to come. But if you don't expand the facilities, you're going to see those overcrowded conditions that have existed since, you know, 2012 now. And then more broadly, you know, going back to Congress, I think it really is up to Congress to make a meaningful and lasting change that's going to prevent these kinds of conditions from popping up periodically as these surges happen. You know, it's a very tall order, but I do think it's something Congress would need to get started on to really see a change.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.